All right, what's up guys? Today we are going to take this rear end and we're going to swap it into the Atlas 4200 Turbo Trailblazer. So this rear end is a rear end that's out of an extended length Trailblazer, or maybe it came out of just a regular V8 Trailblazer, it doesn't matter. The rear end that's in this Trailblazer had an 8-inch ring. They're all 10 bolts. However, the center section in this is an 8-inch ring versus the center section that's in the extended Trailblazers or the V8 Trailblazers had the 8.5 or 8.6 rear end gear. So that's like it's a huge difference. They're a lot stronger. And we're gonna put that 10 bolt in here so we can actually make substantially more power and the rear end will not grenade on us. Let's go ahead and get to work. All right, here is the new 10 bolt. So everything else is the same. The pinion flange is the same. All I did was swap over my vent because this other one was cut from the junkyard. I'm gonna swap over my ABS sensors in the rear, which I took out of the old one. And then I just got to swap over my e-brake cables. I didn't get new brakes right now because I just didn't have time from when I was able to do this, but all the factory brakes and everything will swap over from the other 10 bolt to this one. I kind of just want to show you the difference here. So I don't have them side by side, but here's the top of the 10 bolt that comes factory and the inline 6s that aren't the EXTs. So the V8 and I believe the EXTs, all EXTs, whether it's an inline 6 or V8, had the bigger rear end. But you see this webbing here, and then the distance here, right? The pinion ring is different than this one over here. So The top of this one, right, there's no webbing here, and this is physically bigger, not by a whole lot. It's really the diameter that's bigger, but this center section is much bigger on this. So this has got the same gear ratio as my front differential, and this also has a factory G80 locker. So this is still a 342 rear end. It's just a much stronger 342 rear end. So we're gonna go ahead and get this installed, and then we'll make sure that everything works. Well, now that we have the rear end swapped, there's only one proper way to test if it works, and that's to do a burnout. Plus, I don't think you guys have actually heard how good this thing sounds, so let's go ahead and do a little burnout, get an exhaust clip, and then we'll wrap this video up. I think it's safe to say she works. Let me let's show you guys the marks it left here. This is a 100-degree hot Florida day, so bare pavement, no water. This thing works. We no longer have an open diff. I'm super stoked, and I'm pretty pumped overall about this. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys the reason we swapped this in prior to the transmission is because once the transmission is swapped in, I want to be able to get it tuned and pretty much go straight to the track and not have any fears of the open diff exploding or grenading, right? So at the end of the day, I can't really ask for much more than what the open diff and this 4L60 have given me. This thing has seen at least 25 passes overall, over 1,000 miles of street driving, and constant, you know, pulls on the street, just having a good time. So I'm pretty excited though. You know, this is a huge upgrade, and we should be able to actually get some better 6-foot times when we launch in 4-wheel drive now. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I really appreciate all the support. If you're not subscribed and this is the first video you've seen and you like what you see, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about the rear end swap? I mean, to be honest, super easy. Everything is just a straightforward swap, and this is a lot cheaper of a rear end than the SS rear end. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.